Did you know that one of the greatest country music legends of our time, Kris Kristofferson, lived by the same philosophy that guided ancient Roman emperors? Shocking, right? As you search for details about Kris Kristofferson's death or wonder about his health struggles, what if I told you that behind the fame, the music, and the movies like A Star is Born, Kris quietly practiced principles rooted in ancient Stoicism, the same wisdom that shaped the lives of Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. In this video, we're diving deep into the untold story of how Kristofferson's life and career were deeply connected to Stoic philosophy. You'll uncover how his resilience, his humility in the face of stardom, and his courageous battle with illness reflect the Stoic principles that have inspired people for thousands of years. Stay with me as we explore the shocking truths about his journey that you won't want to miss. Part 1. Overcoming Obstacles, the Stoic Path in Kris's life. Kris, beloved for songs like Me and Bobby McGee and films like A Star is Born, 1976, faced many challenges early in his life. Many of you searching Kris movies or songs written by Kris may not realize how many times he was rejected as a songwriter before making it big. In Stoicism, one of the key teachings is to see obstacles as opportunities for growth, and Kris personified this. Despite repeated failures, Kris didn't give up, just as the Stoics teach us to endure hardships with grace. Whether it was serving as a helicopter pilot in the US Army or working as a janitor to make ends meet, Kris persisted. His Stoic resilience reminds us of Marcus Aurelius's words, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Part 2. Resilience amidst health, struggles and rumors. Many of you may have searched for Kris' health or what did Kris die from? Kris's later years were marred by health struggles, including rumors of him suffering from Lyme disease, misdiagnosed as Alzheimer's. Despite these hardships, Kris continued to perform and live life to the fullest, embodying the Stoic acceptance of suffering. As Seneca said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." Kris displayed immense courage, facing his physical challenges with the same spirit of endurance that made him a legend. Sadly, his passing has left many searching Kris Kristofferson obituary. And how did Kris Kristofferson die? His health battles remind us that life is unpredictable, and a Stoic's duty is to face it with dignity and strength. Part 3. Fame, Fortune, and Stoic Humility. Kris achieved immense fame in his lifetime, starring alongside Barbra Streisand in A Star is Born and collaborating with country legends like Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash. Some of you may even be searching Kris' net worth, but Kris never let material success define him. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is to detach from external wealth and fame, focusing instead on inner virtues. Kris often said he didn't care about the trappings of fame. He was more focused on creating art that mattered. Like a true Stoic, he knew that fame was fleeting and that real success came from staying true to himself. His humility, even at the height of his career, reflected the Stoic principle that inner values matter far more than outer achievements. Part 4. The Legacy of Kris, a Stoic's acceptance of mortality. The recent searches for celebrity deaths this week and Kris' cause of death show how his passing has affected many. But in Stoic philosophy, death is not something to fear. It is a natural part of life. Kris himself seemed to have accepted this, living with grace until the very end. As many of you ask, when did Kris die? Or what did Kris die of? We remember the Stoic belief in the inevitability of death. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." Kris lived fully, and his legacy continues to inspire us all. Part 5. Honoring Kris. The Stoic legacy of living in the present. In his music, Kris always captured the essence of living in the moment. Whether in Me and Bobby McGee or other hits, he taught us that life is about embracing the present, even in its imperfections. His ability to connect with audiences, despite his personal struggles, reflected the Stoic virtue of focusing on what truly matters: our experiences and relationships. As searches for songs written by Kris Kristofferson and Kris movies flood the internet, it's clear that his music and films have left an indelible mark. But beyond his work, Kris's life itself was a lesson in Stoic philosophy. He showed us how to live with purpose, confront challenges, and accept life's ultimate end with peace and grace. So, as we reflect on the life of Kris Kristofferson, we see a man who lived by the principles of Stoicism, whether he knew it or not. His resilience, humility, and acceptance of life's difficulties resonate deeply with the teachings of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. As many of you search for Kris Death, Celebrity Deaths 2024, or even Kris Kristofferson Children, let's take a moment to honor his incredible journey. May we learn from Kris Kristofferson's example, live fully in the present, and face life's challenges with courage and grace, just as he did. Bless him, and may his legacy continue to inspire us all.